Good morning, everybody. I think I got sound this morning. Do I got sound? It sounds like it. Good morning. Glad to see everybody. She's a wildflower. Patty, Nunya, Copycat. What's going on, everybody? It's Hump Day. It's August the 16th, 2023. Can I please get a sound check? I think I got this down. I think I got it down. I've been up since 4 a.m. trying to get everything situated for the new programs. Cool, cool, awesome. When it really boils down to it, it's really going to be up to us. It's going to be up to our choices that we make. And, I think a lot of us think about, and I think we have a misconception of World War III. I don't think, folks, that it's going to be boots on the ground. I don't think there's going to be a lot of bullets and missiles flying and flashes and bangs and sirens. I think we're already in World War III. See, the Chinese have been very, very slick about the things that they're doing. And this is just a lot of articles that I've brought in to talk about this. I think that when we realize what's really occurring, when we look at the hospital cyber attacks, the things that are happening around the world, there's this surveillance going on. Good morning, Elaine. There's this surveillance. When we think about the surveillance, the malware that's been placed in our grid, the infrastructure, the cyber attacks, the railroads, all of these things, we are going to be caught off guard. See, I think this is China's plan because there was also the biological center out on the West Coast that was found, the lab, right? So we already know that China is no longer playing by the rules. And that's something to really think about. If China or any country had decided to attack us, think about this. It would be fought with viruses, biological, cyber attack, and it could lead to a U.S. defeat before we even know that it hit us. And this is why I'm bringing it up this morning. Good morning, Skip and 10. I wanted to congratulate Skip and 10, J.R. Sicklot, Milk and Honey Homestead, and our very own Dragonflies. If folks would drop that link for those featured channels, there are featured channels, there are no featured channels until the end of September. So congratulations to our new featured channels. You'll see us pop up videos about you, and your link will be dropped often in the chat. But as we look at all these things, right, I start digging around. I'm pretty good at digging around, right? So Mueller believes that the next war will begin with the attack of a deadly virus on a target country, perhaps from a domestic lab, so people don't even assume it is an attack. He's not the only one that believes this to be true. There's some other headlines from news sources in recent weeks. China's threat to the U.S. grid. We already know that it's here, right? We know it's here. Also, the National Security Advisor warned World War III may not involve guns and bombs, but biological and computer viruses. And imagine, I don't know how many of you have seen this recently, but there's been a lot of things happening where you go to the bank. Good morning, Amanda Moe, Tina Ladybug, Tamara. Tamara, if you could drop some of those links, I would really appreciate it this morning. So as we see these things unfold, right? And I think especially cyber, how many of you have noticed some differences at the banks? Like, oh no, you can't get this much money. You have to do this. You have to set up an appointment When in creation in the United States of America have we ever had to set up an appointment, right, to go and get money? And if you've seen that at your bank or you've seen something kind of, well, just kind of funny, right? Go ahead and drop a one in the chat. I want to say a special thank you also this morning to all the new subs and all the new members. The channel's growing, and I'm very excited. We're almost to 4,000 again. Uh, I'm ready to see the 20,000. Good morning, stepping in it. But as we see these things happen, right, and especially with our banks, the thing is, folks, is this type of warfare will happen before we're even aware or anything, and we'll be in the thick of it. And I think, honestly, it's already occurring. There's not going to be sirens and loud bangs because it's 2023. This is a technological war. And we keep seeing all the things that are occurring and happening, right? So as these things unfold, we might wake up tomorrow and the whole world here, especially in the United States, will have changed. The other thing is, what if we wake up and we can't access our money? What if we wake up and all systems are down, no infrastructure, and I'm talking hospitals, 911, our our grid completely down. Since Good morning, Cherie. Since about 2 years ago, when we had the battlefield board, excuse me, I'm a little tongue twisted. I haven't had enough coffee yet this morning. We have seen more and more of this happen. And see, the signs are right in front of us. A Chinese defector actually even warned America that China is ready to attack using biological weapons and computer viruses. Now, see, one thing about China is they're very, very on point when it comes to computer. They're way, way more advanced than the tech here in the United States. But no matter what our government does, there's we cannot ignore this any longer. Because if we do, we're going to be stuck in the crossfire. And the choices that we make in preparing our families are crucial. Crucial. Winter is right around the corner. For many of that means blizzards, snow. And with everything that's going on with all the fires, think about it, folks. Are we going to see worse snowstorms? Are we going to see worse blizzards like back in the 60s and 70s where you open your door and you can't get out? And then just imagine, you got to kind of set the scenario, but just imagine you can't get out and the grid goes down. Do you have access to the medicines that you need? Do you have access, and have you been prepping food and water? Do you have a way, honestly, to go to the restroom safely and dispose of that waste without it causing you illness or your family's illness? See, we got to start preparing now. If you're new to the preparing community, you still got time, but you better put it in fourth gear. Biological warfare news, right? It's existed that biological warfare would happen, but it was banned. However, China is not following the rules anymore of this engagement. They are taking steps. And what really was in the lab on the West Coast? What did they let out already into our society? We also know with the things that are going on that tuberculosis, leprosy, and other diseases that we haven't seen here in the States for many, many years are here. How many of you are concerned that there's diseases coming in that we've never seen? Hit a one. I think that, when the officials busted that illegal lab, it had over 20 infectious agents hundreds of lab mice, and it was illegal, of course, but it was ran by a Chinese biotech firm. It contained mice that were engineered to spread COVID. The coming threat of a genetically engineered ethnic bioweapon. Do you understand me? So they also have, actually, China is so on top of it that they've actually made bioweapons that can target a certain ethnic population. Should we be worried? Um, Also, the threats have actually prompted the Pentagon to overhaul biodefense. Are they working hard enough? You tell me what you think the current establishment's doing. I don't think so. But see, this lab bust was a huge, huge red flag. And I don't always jump on things that happen that day because I believe that there's always more to look at. According to ARS, Techna, local and federal authorities did shut down that illegal medical lab, but how long was it there? It did contain over 1,000 laboratory mice that they seen, but hundreds and hundreds of unknown chemicals, refrigerators, freezers, and vials and upon vials of biohazardous material, including confirmed blood incubators. I think, folks, they proved that it had SARS, CoV-2, and a herpes virus. Something to think about. A little on the scary side, if you ask me, because bioweapons that specifically target a whole racial or ethnic group is not only like idea alarming, but it's even worse when you consider China may already have the DNA data of millions of people here in the United States. Think about that. According to Michael Kunson, he's a biosecurity specialist who is a former Army Intelligence and Presidential Management Fellow at the Department of Homeland Security. He said that China has hacked medical records or purchased the genetic information of millions of ordinary Americans. Through one is a company called 23andMe. So that's something really, really to think about because China is very well aware of how COVID-19 crippled the United States. So if we have another biological weapon that's similar to or worse, it would be significant harm to our economy, our people, and most definitely our way of life. Then, when you go into the cyber warfare news, China has already started using cyber attacks. And here's just a few headlines. And let me pull this up for you that weren't here that didn't see it. Hold on one second. So here's some of the headlines of those articles that I pulled. And I want you to be able to see it. So hold on a minute. We're going to blow this up a little bigger. I'll get it all down sooner or later. I'm really enjoying this program. It just has so many more features that we can use. But officials found suspected Chinese malware hidden in several, uh-oh. Y'all hold on one second. I'm sorry. I forgot to plug in my computer this morning. Hold on. There we go. All right. Yeah, that's one way though we've been prepping. We've been unplugging every single thing at night, and we have highly reduced our electric bill, which is which is awesome. Sorry about that. I try to get things together, but last night and this morning have been a little whoa. But the thing is, folks, is also S Hunt's Chinese malware. It could disrupt American military operations. When you think about that, disrupt our military, and then we have to look at how many Chinese have bought land really, really close to our military bases. So there's a few things that when we really honestly think about it, it's like, are we already at war? How many of you in the chat honestly think, folks, that we are already at war? I do. And I think that the thing is that we're not seeing the big blasts and we're not scared yet. But what if we wake up tomorrow and it's already and there's no turning back? See, that's one thing that really I keep thinking about because of the death toll would be huge if we had a major cyber attack on our hospitals. Imagine all the people that would perish if they could not access, let's just take the top one that comes to my mind, dialysis. Within a few days, everybody that would be on dialysis would die. Just to be blunt, they would die. So then let's take into consideration people that are going in for surgeries, that have scheduled surgeries because of whatever was wrong with them. How many of them would perish without medical facilities? So that I really honestly think that this country is at war. And when it happens, when they attack cyber and biological weaponry, then what? The thing is also the Chinese malware that we talked about almost 2 years ago, the kill switch. The kill switch live stream is still on OTWP TV News. You just have to scroll back in the lives. It is there. It was broadcast to both channels, thank God, and it's saved. So if you missed that live stream, I proved with a lot of research how many of these semiconductors are in our grid. So if one of my mods, if you have the opportunity, if you could go grab it, if it's easy enough for you to find. Otherwise, go on your own and do some legwork and search OTWP TV News. Somebody could drop my other channel link. That channel will be coming back in September. The other thing, folks, is that Mama Freddy, hello. Chinese are building cyber weapons to hijack enemy satellites, and this came from a U.S. leak. The other thing is China could hack the infrastructure, including pipelines, rail systems, water systems, and our main electrical grid. Our electrical grid, I think, is so compromised at this point that it could happen any day. It could happen any day where we wake up and the power is gone. Can we survive it? Yes. I really want you to go check out like Skip and 10 and JR Sicklot and some of the other channels around the world. And some good news I want to let everybody know also is that I got a hold of Miss Needle last night. Miss Needle told me to be on point because in Germany right now, she is unable and have been having a very hard time accessing ATM machines. The ATM machines in Germany, and we all know Miss Needle, so this is coming from a very credible woman that's been a part of our channel for over 2 years. She said, OTWP, be on point about your money because the ATMs in Germany are not down. They're down. There's a lot of technical situations happening in Germany right now with their internet and with their banking system. So she gave me that to tell everybody. And so I wanted to make sure I shared that message. I was really relieved because she had been so sick that I was able to reach out to her and she responded. She said it's very crazy, everything that's going on in Germany right now. So it's another thing that we all need to think about. But please lift Miss Needle up because she has been, she's not very old. I'd say maybe late 20s, early 30s. But she has been ill. So let's lift Miss Needle up because there's a, there's a lot of things going on. Your wife and kids are going to France next week. Good. Okay, awesome, Nunya. Well, I'll be checking out little Frenchie. Um, in May of 2023, hold on. I need a cup. I need a sip. Y'all like that? It's the only free thing I got when I went to Hawaii. I've held on to it for 20 years. I had to take my vacation divided over 20 years for this free coffee mug, so the trip was a little less expensive. That was one expensive coffee cup, if you ask me, but it was worth it. I went to Maui, Oahu, and Kauai. I stayed on the South Shore on Poipu Beach, and man, I love that place. I'm really sad to see what happened to Maui. But I want to bring this up. The U.S. State Department warned in May of 2023 that China was capable of launching cyber attacks against all of our critical infrastructure, including oil and gas, the rail systems. And what happened is they actually discovered a Chinese hacking group had been spying on all of our networks. And see, that's why I'm saying the United States were so far behind in the tech that China can just come right over the top of us. Um, this cyber espionage campaign had been aimed at the military and government targets in the United States. So that, we have to realize that we are already so compromised when it comes to these two situations that we could wake up tomorrow and God forbid it break my heart if I couldn't see y'all. But the thing is we have to keep taking the steps to prepare our family. We have to prepare our family, I think, mostly for grid down and not having access to our money. So I think it's really important that we all get on point about that, especially so that we have the resources at home. Um, I think that if you have the opportunity, you don't have to have a lot of money, right? But silver is going up. So buy you ounces of silver at a time. You're looking at $20 to $30 an ounce. The thing is it could really help you. Okay, that's weird. That's weird because I just looked at it the other day. Unless I got in trouble again. I don't know. Maybe they took me down. I don't know. I haven't checked on it. They didn't like that channel from the very first live stream I did that basically told them well, you all know, flying the bird. But I had to let it out. Dragonflies encouraged me. I think that the big thing is that the power grid is definitely in a very very bad situation, and we also got to realize in 2022, do you all look back, think about it, all of the increased vandalism and physical attacks on different sectors of our grid. And oh, somebody just shot at a transformer. Really? What if 100 of those men or women came out and shot at transformers all over the country and see if they could do it on that level? It could, once it goes down, it's going to be like the domino effect, and it's just going to and it's going to roll out. And once the grid goes down, we're in big trouble. What is Dragonfly's doing up? It's 7:20. She stayed up canning all night. I think the real big thing, though, that we also have to look at is with the current establishment. Since in 1990, we have had a United States stockpile of food, medicine, all different kinds of necessities to help people, right? And I'm a little concerned because even the oil and gas, we have been in those stockpiles. So what happens if the stockpiles aren't really there anymore? What if they have been dwindled down so much that they could barely support any part of this country? I really truly believe that China is preparing to unleash a biological agent and or cyber attack on the US to prevent our US military from coming to Taiwan's aid. As we keep seeing things escalate more and more with Taiwan, when China decides to strike, truly strike on Taiwan to take them, we're going to be hit because they are not going to want the US to get involved. They're not going to want us to take a stand to help Taiwan. And what better way to do that is to knock us down a couple notches. I think also that we have to make sure we get on point about first aid. We've talked about it. I want to thank Amanda Moe. I still have that recording, and I'm glad. But I want to thank Amanda Moe, who's in the chat right now, for coming on our channel and discussing some basic, good, down-to-earth first aid. We may do a recap on that because it was on Off the Wall Prepper, and since that channel's gone, that's down, but I do have the recording. So I think that may be one that we need to recap on and watch again. Hit a 1 if you think we need more medical in this channel. I do. I really think that we need more medical information and knowledge in this channel. So if Amanda Moe would like to take my invite again, I would love to have you come back on the show and share your knowledge because skills are powerful and we all need to stick together. Skills are so important, folks. I hope that each and every one of you stays on point about these topics that we spoke about this morning. But Amanda Moe, I'm putting you on the spot. Would you come back? Would you come back and talk to the channel? Give me a yes. We need some more medical people. If there's someone else in the chat that has been an RN, CNA, whatever, a LPN, a doctor, wonderful. Thank you. I knew you wouldn't pass it up because you love us. You better love us. But if there's anybody else that would like to come on, we could put together a panel, all first aid, tinctures. We have to be careful on the tincture thing, but yes, Tina, we could do that. That's why I was thinking tinctures. Arc Wildman, he said he's leaving YouTube, but maybe he's just a little upset. If y'all know Arc, he's a great guy, and I don't know what got to him, but if y'all could go show some support for his channel and let him know that we care about him. He's been a great asset to the YouTube prepping and homesteading channels. He's a great guy, and we need to show him some support, and hopefully he won't leave. I don't know what's going on, but he made a very sad video, and I love Ark. He's a good guy. So yes, we could get a medical tincture first aid panel together. I'd like to do that special in September before winter because I think this winter we're going to need it. That's just my opinion. I really think that we're going to need that as much knowledge as that we possibly can. If all of you would like to please drop our featured channels again in the chat, I'd really appreciate it. Skippington, Dragonflies, Milk and Honey, and JR Sicklot. Those are our featured channels. Um, JR is quite a guy. He's quite a character. I think that's why I love him. But go watch his channel, and if you like to have like parties and events and stuff, he works at an event center in the Philippines, and I think he lives there as well. But he has some cool creative ideas. And then Skippington, she really kind of touched my heart. And also, well, she touched my heart. She's a great lady, but she made me start thinking about our diet. And myself and Dragonflies, we have decided that we're going on an Asian type, not really diet. We're just changing our food. And we're going to be eating more rice, less potatoes, less sweets. And when we do eat sweets, we're not going to like go on a diet. We're just changing the way we look at food. I really think the Asian community has the food thing down. They eat a lot of vegetables, a lot of rice, not a lot of red meat, and they eat a lot of seafood and chicken. And I love seafood. I mean, that's been one big staple for me and Dragonflies, honestly, that we've ate since we met each other 11 years ago, almost 11. Um, so I think that Skip and Tim brings it with her cooking, and she really shows like how healthy they eat. And no wonder we're all fat, right? Because of the crap we eat. But then if you look at the Asian community, they eat so healthy. One thing that I've really never ate is, how do you say it, Dragonflies? Boi choy or bu choy? And so we're going to get some of that and try it. But I love spinach. I love lettuces. And we're just going to change things around. Because if things break out, well, honestly, when they do, if we are already accustomed to eating differently, and I think the biggest downfall in the United States is sugar. I think sugar is really, really bad for us. Really bad. And everything we eat and drink, sugar, sugar, sugar. And no wonder we have so many people that are diabetic here in the United States. Um, I think that we can do things to make our lives better by taking steps now in health, in our diets, in getting a little more active. You know, instead of always being locked up in the internet, get out, take a walk, take your kids with you, go play ball, go swimming, go fishing, because those things are going to matter. Your health is going to come into play big time when we have the full grid down situation. I hope and I pray for each one of us. I mean, I have my own ailments, you know, from the terrible, terrible car wreck I was in. And everyone knows I did this special, and my friend lost her life, and while I was in the Navy, and I have some injuries that I've carried all these years, spiritually as well as physically. My knee has been injured. I don't even know how many times. Me and Dragonflash were talking about it. I think it's 4 or 5 times that my left leg has been injured. And so it does cause me issues. But what I've learned is taking off that brace and working a little harder. Yeah, it swells up. But I also feel the muscle coming back, the strength of that left leg. Because what if I don't have a brace? What if I have to get out of Dodge and I have to walk miles and I have no brace? Be on point, folks, because it's already here. We're going to see more and more things happen. And as they unfold around the country, I want each one of us to go forward, not only for ourselves, but helping others, being a true community, being a true community. You know, it's just like copycat. Like I really look up to her. She's always out walking. And it's so healthy and it's so good for us. You don't have to run, you don't have to jog. But if you can walk, you can survive anything because you can always duck and cover until the time is good and clear. Remember how to implement the gray man theory. Don't be out with the masses when everything breaks loose and people are running around like crazy zombies. Really think about that. I love y'all and I care about you. I hope that we just keep on keeping on. I hope that many of the things that we've been talking about don't occur. I hope they don't. But how many of you in the chat really feel it in your spirit? I do. Hit a 1 if you feel it in your spirit that it's a coming and it's a here. Hit a 1. That's one thing I wanted to touch about, Amanda, is the VOCs. And people don't realize what that does to your lungs. So I will be bringing that. I don't know. I got to be very careful because there's this new thing out um, about dragonflies. Type the word in the chat that we talked about yesterday. For some reason, I can't type right now. Maybe I can. Maybe I can't. Oh, I can. This could no longer be said, and I'm going to erase it very quickly. That can no longer be said. Um, if you come up with some type of remedy or way to help someone regarding that situation, it can no longer be said. So I don't even know if it can be. I think it's more on the remedy help medical side that you cannot post anything on YouTube platform about that. So if you're a channel creator, be on point. Everyone, I got to get off here. I got work to do today, and hopefully the internet it's been staying green. So I also know now when we have a good signal and a bad, and I've been green the whole time. So I don't think we had any spinning or anything like that. Um, no sound. Yes, we will be having a live stream on Rumble tomorrow night where we can talk freely about anything. God bless you from here in the Ozarks to wherever you're at. Big, huge prepper hugs. Elaine, please retract that. That's what I just said. Don't put it in the chat, please. We can talk about it on Rumble, hun. Um, I just want people to be aware of what they're saying can happen, and if you talk about it, they'll probably start taking channels down again. And I really don't want this channel taken down. Not like what happened with Off the Wall Prepper over some nonsense. I hope that you all gain some knowledge. That thank you, Elaine. I love you. You know I love you. Um, it's crazy as adults that we can't share opinions and ideas. Does this tell us that the freedom of speech here in the United States is gone? Oh, imagine that. But we always come back around center. I made this video. If you missed the live stream last night, I played it. If you'd like to stay for a song and chat, that's wonderful. I love you all and I care about you. And I hope that each and every one of you keeps doing the dang thing because all we got is each other, folks. That's all we got. And don't give up because it's just getting interesting. We know that it is all written, everything, that God made a lot of promises to us, and He doesn't break those promises. Believe that. I love you all. Please stay if you'd like to. I made this video for y'all yesterday, and I think it turned out pretty cool. You know how I like my music, and I enjoy making these videos very much. Um, this is really, it's a beautiful video, actually. It turned out really nice. Because there was a lot of forest rain. When it's raining in the forest, it's so peaceful, and it brings happiness to me. I hope that you all enjoy this. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Actually, I'll see you later this afternoon. It's Hump Day, so I hope y'all enjoy this, and God bless you from here in the Ozarks to wherever you're at in this big happy world. Make today count. Make every day count. And God bless. Ah! See you, my friends. Enjoy this song. Oops. Wrong one. I have too much on here, and I still have some things I gotta work out because I have to scroll through the whole long list before I can actually find. But it's okay, right? It's okay. I'll get it. I'll get it. I know I'll get it. It's just a lot to learn, and so I threw it all in one long list, and now I'm regretting it because that list is humongo. Um, Shoot. Let me see. I know it's here. I just had it. I had it. Well, I had it yesterday. Maybe I don't have it today. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. Well, yeah. Shoot. Hold on. I hold on. Let's see if I can do it in about 2.2 seconds. I believe I can. Go OTWP. Go OTWP. You can do it. You can do it. The little train that could. We got this. Do I? I don't know if I got it yet or not. I love all the features and the things that I can do. Do the dang thing. That's right. OTWP, go. Boom. You got. I got it. I got it. There is hope. There's hope. There's hope. Ah, here we go. But we don't have. Oh, we got sound? We got sound.
Never felt more like a winner than I do tonight. Never more certain the path laid before me was right. You over there with the curls in your hair, couldn't find more of a reason to stare. Never seen eyes look into me as you do tonight. And honey, I've been racing the wind like a bird, been chasing the wealth of the world. But it fades when you're near. So tell me where we go from here. Tell me where we go from here. If you'd hate the ocean, then I'd turn the water to land. If you'd miss the sunlight, I'd fill up the cups in my hands. And honey, I've been racing the wind like a bird, been chasing the wealth of the world. But it fades with you near. Tell me where we go from here. Oh, where do we go? The lights burn out low, the spring turns to snow. Where do we go? Whatever I do it with you. 'Cause honey, I've been racing the wind like a bird, been chasing the wealth of the world. Ooh, every stone I turn, I've spoken out every word. But it fades with you near. So tell me where we go from here. Oh, tell me where we go from here.